Yeah. Sup? Good, popping, cracking, percolating. What is really good in the hood? It is your man, Theo Butler. You are looking at the very last Wednesday being here. That wall look bare, don't it? Y'all hear the echo effects and everything. My apologies for being late, but we are packing, and I'm trying to be very meticulous about how I take my action figures down. Like, I need everything to be where it's supposed to be when I unpack. So I do apologize for that. Plus, I was over there with my brother Dora over there on TikTok, him, the Kimoyo King, and Mr. Lantern and everything like that with it live. Oh, we had a blast over there discussing some stuff that we actually gonna discuss this evening. Yeah. So go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I'm all the way live, because sometimes, life be life, and you think you live, but you're not live. And so we're gonna come. I seen one person in here, 4 and everything like that. The topic for tonight, we're gonna do what we can this live to see what we can do, because it's a special live. It's a special live. The theme for tonight's live is let's fix this fandom. Yeah. Let's fix this fandom. Good Lord have mercy. If you are a Black Panther fan, Ryan Coogler fan, Michael B. Jordan fan, whosoever fan, MCU fan, this is a safe space for us this evening. You see what I said? Us. We gonna be able to do what adults do, grown folk do. We gonna be able to agree to disagree. That's what we gonna be able to do. We gonna share facts, not rumors, not speculation, not innuendo. We gonna share facts, and we ain't got to like the facts that we get. Somebody just gave me a fact. Lantern just gave me a fact on Dora Live. I did not like it, but facts is facts. Like I said, before we begin, y'all go ahead and hit that like button if you don't mind. If this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe. We in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. No, not at all, and everything like that. And this, like I said, this live is to see what we can do to fix the fandom. Yeah, because I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm assuming if you pulled up this evening, you're a Black Panther fan. I like to think we got that in common, right? All right. Start with the common ground. You're a Black Panther fan. We should have been happy. All of us should have been happy. We got some great news as Black Panther fans this weekend. We got some great news. Depending on how you look at it, we got some great news. We got the Jonathan Hickman Black Panther with the Infinity Gauntlet. If you like the MCU, you've been following the MCU, you remember Thanos, you remember Tony Stark snapping like that right there yonder? Okay. Well, the king of Wakanda, I'm sorry, the emperor of the intergalactic empire, I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass the king of Wakanda. He got the action figure with the Infinity Gauntlet. Got a shield, right? Got the spear of Bashinga, got the unmasked head sculpt. This is great for us as Black Panther fans. This year, 2026, is his 60th anniversary. And when I say he, I know this might make some folks feel some type of way, but when I say he, I mean T'Challa. It is his 60th anniversary. And that partial mask, because we got the full one, well, that harkens all the way back to when he first joined the Avengers. Yeah, it go all the way back there. Had a partial mask, and we got that. We got that. We got that. That was some good news. That was some good. Came with 2 additional sets of hands. That's some good news. That's some great news right there. Magic the Gathering. So if you're a Magic the Gathering fan, you got that. That's some great news. Some great news. And then we got Saturday evening. You're a Black Panther fan. You supposed to. See, I said supposed to. This was supposed to be a great weekend for all Black Panther fans. We got a Black Panther 3 announcement. Yes, we did. We did. Kevin came to the stage. We got Letitia Wright and everything. We got Winston Duke. We got Ryan Coogler, and we got David Johnson. Yes, we did. We should have been all jumping up and down for joy. We should have all been elated. We should have all been ecstatic. We should have been giving each other high fives like we just won a national championship or something like that right there, yonder, calling each other up on the phone. Hey, did you hear the good news and everything like that? That's not what we did. That is not what we did. We turned on each other. Started calling each other out names, insulting each other's intelligence. And I'm saying we did that because I'm a Black Panther fan. I'm not saying I did that. I'm saying I'm part of the Black Panther family. So I take responsibility. We did that. We still doing it today. I'm at a loss as to why. Because the canon is the canon, right? The canon is the canon. And the knowledge that I have about Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, that's appreciated. The comic book knowledge. That's appreciated, that's celebrated. But the comic book knowledge that I have about Black characters is not so much. I can sit down and have a conversation about Superman with a Superman fan all day. Whether they casual, whether they comic book fans, cartoon. If you've never read a Young Justice comic book, I can have a conversation with you about Young Justice and relate it from the comic books to the cartoon to the video game. You'd be impressed because you like Young Justice too. You should. I like it. Wasn't bad. But there's a disconnect somewhere where Black Panther fans weren't united in a weekend they should have been. 60th anniversary. On the character 60th anniversary year, you get a Black Panther action figure based on the story written by Jonathan Hickman, and you get a Black Panther 3 announcement. And instead of everybody yelling yay at the same time, that's not what's going on. I'm gonna keep up with the comments. What's going on, Coach? What's going on? What's going on, Kimoyo King? My brother Kimoyo King is in the building. How you doing? Well, I'm chilling like a villain. You see, we still packing up and everything. What's going on, Dirt 2 Minute? What's going on? Starting to feel like my Black Panther love stops at the comments. We eating, yeah, we eating. Coming over from TikTok, groovy, baby, tonight. Really do like the way you groove me. Hey, really do like the way tonight. Every time Groovy Feet pull up in the building, we got to do that. That's how it's an official party when Groovy Feet pull up in the building. So yeah, so the video that we got going on tonight's live is not about division. It's not. It's about unification. I've been told not to expect too much based on what we actually do by somebody else tonight. I was disappointed, but like I said, it's kind of hard to argue with facts. Facts don't care if you like them or not. I want to ask a question, rhetorical, don't have to answer. Ask yourself though, why do you know more about the white superhero than you do about the Black superhero? If you're Black. Now, the easy answer is because you see the white hero all the time. That's fair. But you could research the Black hero on your own. So I have to swing back round to that question. Why is it you know about the white superhero from the comic books? Because you can watch Batman, the animated series, all day long, but you know that's not the comic books. And you're not going to act like it is. What's so different about Black Panther? Or any Black superhero in the MCU, for that matter? What's so different? Rhetorical question. Is this character's 60th anniversary? This 2026 is this character's 60th anniversary. You don't feel good about that? As a Black Panther fan. You know what question I ain't heard asked? When we gonna get a intergalactic empire movie? He's been an intergalactic emperor for a minute now. And I would have thought that on the heels of the announcement, we celebrating stuff, and this character's 60th anniversary. I thought we'd be asking ourselves is when we gonna get the intergalactic empire in the MCU? That's not what we're talking about. It's not. We're having discourse, and hey, I'm gonna say it right here, right now. I'm gonna recast T'Challa fan. But as far as the discourse about how David Johnson looked, I'm not getting caught up in that. I'm not. That one, because one ain't got nothing to do with the other. As far as him being a African British actor and everything like that, and getting a role of an African character that was created by two Jewish Americans, I'm not going to get caught up in that. I'm not going to do that. That ain't what this video is about. The video is about what can we do as Black Panther fans to come together. Because I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm a proud African-American male. I know my ancestry. So there's certain things that I just can't do. I just can't say. I would have thought if we were going to be having any discussions today, it would be how inappropriate it is to keep referring to him as a junior. That goes against African traditions. And it shouldn't matter whether I'm African-American, living in Africa, living in America. I could be living in Switzerland. It shouldn't matter. That should mean something to me. I should be respecting that culture. If we can remember they had real African languages in the movies and they've been using them. And if we proudly stick our chests out as Black Panther fans that Wakanda has never been conquered, then why are they using Junior at all? That should be the talk across the board. Whether we MCU fans, Ryan Coogler fans, Black Panther fans, if we Black, we should all be kind of tied into Africa to where we be like, no, that ain't what we doing. We can't unite around that, but gonna come together every February. Now, do you see why T'Challa fans had such an issue with this child being born out of wedlock? Do you now get it? What about you made you feel like he would even do that anyway? That's a fair question. Did you not have higher expectations for this character? Having a child with Nakia is not the issue. He had an issue with Nakia. He had a child with Nakia out of wedlock. That's the issue. That's one of them issues right there. He had that child with Nakia out of wedlock. The other issue is he ducked her off in Haiti. Black Panther fans are supposed to have a problem with the fact that he had a child with Nakia out of wedlock. We're supposed to be asking critical thinking questions. Why is that the route the writer went with? That makes no sense. We're Black Panther fans. We should be questioning that. But instead of having that conversation, we're still saying in 2026, the T'Challa Jr. second is going to be the new T'Challa. So when is John Kent going to be the new Clark Kent? Because I want us to make stuff make sense to ourselves. we're saying the child is going to be the fault. And if I'm understanding that type of rationale correctly, then we're supposed to get T'Challa's stories told through the child. Are we ever good with Bruce's stories being told through Damien? Would we be satisfied with Clark's stories being told through John? I'm just asking questions. I don't think we would. I don't think we would. I could be wrong. But I don't think we would. I think part of the problem is we don't want to have this conversation, but do we really see value in our Black characters like we claim we do? Or is it that we see more value in other characters that aren't Black? Rhetorical question. On my brother Daryl's live, I was talking about RDC, real dreams come true. Not in a bad way. I love them brothers. They keep a smile on my face. They do. But I have noticed they are anime fans. They are. They like Nintendo characters. They do. That Nintendo Fun House and everything. Oh, Luigi and Mario. Oh, I was rolling. I was rolling. They love basketball too. I forget the name of the lead brother. I think it's Marcus. He's a diehard LeBron James fan. And if he ain't, he got me fooled. And the Drake impressions, hilarious. Them brothers are over there are hilarious. But outside of Blade, we're not talking about Blade from the comic books. Outside of Blade, what they see, video-wise, only been one Blade, only gonna be one Blade. They don't talk about them characters from the MCU comic book related. But now anime, Naruto, oh man, I can go to RDC and learn some stuff about Japanese. All I got to do is click on and they play. Let me see, Tekken. They love them some Tekken. Yes, Lord, they love them some Tekken. I can get on over there and learn some stuff about some Tekken. I can go on over there and learn me some stuff about some anime. I can't go over there and learn nothing about no Black superhero. I can't. I can go over there and learn about LeBron. I can go over there and learn me about some Drake. I can go over there and learn me something about Drake beefing with Kendrick. I can't go over there and learn nothing about no Black superheroes. So where do I go? Or am I just satisfied with what I'm getting from the MCU? Where do I go? Or am I just satisfied with the MCU? And if I'm not satisfied with the MCU, what do I do then? Is there anybody that I trust that's going to, if I'm a Black Panther fan, tell me as much as I want to know about the Black Panther character, the Black Panther franchise? But then I probably need to ask myself this question first. Do I care? Because I can stop wasting a lot of folks' time right there and right there if I don't care. If I don't care about the Black Panther franchise, there's never a reason for me to interject myself into a Black Panther discussion. If I don't care. But now, if I do care, then what's wrong with somebody giving me the same knowledge about Black Panther, T'Challa, that I casually got in regards to Bruce? Give you the same knowledge from the comic books, whether they talking to you friend to friend, older person to younger person, male to female, female to male, heterosexual to LGBTQ plus, LGBTQ plus to heterosexual. What does it take for those folks to be able to say, hey man, you say you like Black Panther? You say, man, let me talk to you. Queen, you say you love you? Listen, I got this book right here written by another sister, Karama Horn. You say you like the Doors and everything. You got some daughters and everything. Come on over here, Queen. Let me talk to you, tell you about the Doors. You say it's just a mantle. Man, come on over here. Let me talk to you about this mantle real quick. You say it's been, well, you know what? Truth be told, it's been quite a few folks that have worn that mantle. But let me give you some in-depth detail about them characters that worn the mantle. Why we can't do that? Why we can't do that as Black Panther fans? That ain't nothing to be celebrated. I got this book written by a woman because I wanted to know as much about the Doors as possible. That was created by Christopher Priest. That was enhanced by Jonathan Mayberry. I wanted to know as much as I could. I got daughters. I was studying this book when I was getting called out my name about my stance in regards to Black Panther 2. I was getting called misogynist, misogynoir, woman hater. I didn't care nothing about women. I just didn't want Shuri to be which is crazy because Shuri shows up in this book quite a few times. The Aja Adana. I could never have an Aja Adana conversation with certain Black Panther fans. I can't have conversations about Shuri as the griot with certain Black Panther fans. Thus, I'm unable to expand on Shuri's lore like it should be. And what do we have now? Shuri being shortchanged for Toussaint. If you cared about Shuri's story in 2022, you don't care about it in 2026? If you were passionate about it being her turn now, no more? It's his turn now? That's just as unfair to the character of Shuri as it was unfair to the character of T'Challa. Now what's our justification? Because the last justification was that the actor passed away. That's not here. That doesn't exist. And if they have to bring in his son to get the franchise back on track, think about what I just said. If they have to bring in his son to get the franchise back on track, then that means they're admitting they made a mistake by not recasting him in the first place. That's just common sense. Is that what we want for any of them characters? God forbid. What do we do if something happens to David Johnson that he can't come back after Black Panther 3? Do we then abandon Toussaint as a character? What's going to be the justification then? We don't think we're allowing this IP to be compromised in ways we wouldn't entertain. We wouldn't have to. Let me just go ahead and say that first of all. We wouldn't have to. We wouldn't entertain any other IP being compromised. We don't. That's not worth a conversation amongst us as Black Panther fans. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. I ain't gonna be rude. I ain't gonna be rude. We got the chat going on and everything like that. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Y'all know I can get long-winded at times. I'm seeking to get some information. Groovy Fee up in the building. And they says, because we know Batman is Bruce Wayne, no Damien. Yeah, we do. T'Challa forever. Groovy Fee says the only way the fan base can be reunited is if some people drop their ego and their willingness to learn. Understood. Dirt Too Many, nothing like a stereotypical character. They don't want the fan base, anyone, never ever in Hollywood. They don't want strong black straight men without the trauma tropes. Nope. And let me add this, Dirt Too Many, because I want to be fair. I don't want to make it about black men. I want to make it about the black characters, because there was a stereotypical trope that was attached to Nakia. She's an unwed mother. I don't know. I don't know why we were so thrilled, so happy about that. Oh, gee willikers, T'Challa and Nakia done had a child out of wedlock. Out of wedlock. Well, she had the baby off screen. Say it again. She had the baby off screen. Say it one more time. Say it again. She had the baby off screen. So you never saw her have a baby? Right. Why they didn't get married off screen? You're going to hear crickets. But that's a fair question. If they can be intimate off screen, she get pregnant off screen, why they can't get married off screen? Saying now it's just too late. Well, it's too late now. That's giving somebody a pass. That's giving somebody a pass, which is crazy because I done heard more than enough of us be critical about James Gunn's Superman, James Gunn Peacemaker, James Gunn Supergirl, and James Gunn Green Lantern, which ain't even came out yet. It's a lot of us hypercritical about them shows, and we ain't giving that same energy over here. I'm trying, but we Black Panther fans. We Black Panther fans. See, I can say that the ring that Hal got on his finger and that John gonna get, it look a little cheap to me. It look a little cheap to me. But Hal ain't my dude. It's T'Challa. But now, if I can say that about Hal, and fans that are Hal fans be like, yeah, that ring look cheap to me. Okay, well, we not too far apart. What's so different? What's so different? I had a dude they say today, and this is when I'm looking at some of us say, get over it. T'Challa died in the MCU. This is fiction. This is fiction. Characters come back from the dead all the time, especially superheroes in fiction, and every nerd knows that. So why we finna say that as Black Panther fans? T'Challa can't come back? I got a better question for you. Why you ain't asking why T'Challa ain't in the Diabolical? You a Black Panther fan. That's what you say. What's going on with the Diabolical? We're supposed to see a whole bunch of Black Panthers in the Diabolical. Whether we talking old T'Chaka, young T'Chaka, we're supposed to see. I don't know why Eric was there, but let's talk about Eric being there as Black Panther fans. What makes Shorty the Black Panther? You're a Black Panther fan. What makes Shorty the Black Panther? What makes Eric the Black Panther? Because he put on a suit. You're a Black Panther fan. I am too. If you don't know this, I would think you would appreciate this. You don't get to be no Black Panther just because you consumed the heart-shaped herb. That's not how that works. And you daggum sure ain't no Black Panther taking no synthetic heart-shaped herb. That's not how that works. That definitely ain't how that works. The heart-shaped herb acts as a communion, a vehicle, or transportational device for you to be able to commune with Bass. She's the one that determines whether or not you get the abilities of the Black Panther. It ain't no heart-shaped herb. That ain't it. That's not how that works. And if you can be looking for Khonshu, you checking for Khonshu, and you checking for Odin's son, and you checking for Naboo, and you checking for the Great Wizard and all those other deities and everything like that, okay. You know what abilities they bestow upon their avatars? Okay. Okay. Don't tell me the MCU is different, because you saw Bass for 5 seconds in the MCU. So you know she's there. You know she's there. So you know she's supposed to have some impact on these Black Panthers, right? Right. Okay. So if that's the case, the last Black Panther we've had in Wakanda was T'Challa. Kind of like the same thing in the comics. The last Black Panther we've had in the comics is T'Challa. Unless you're saying as a Black Panther fan, you don't feel like that communion with Bass is all that important, which is a key attribute to this character. If the Grand Wizard is a key contributor, Odin is a key contributor, right? We doing Khonshu is a key contributor, which is crazy because we know as Black Panther fans, Moon Knight fans was about to lose their cookie if they didn't portray that dude as being Jewish. But you got to saw you get to see, you saw Khonshu, didn't you? Khonshu walking, Khonshu behind Mark. You ain't seen Bass do nothing. You know, as the casual person who's not a Moon Knight fan, but you're a Black Panther fan, you know more about Khonshu than you do about Bass. You know more about how Khonshu affects Bass, affects Mark, than how Bass affects any Black Panther. Because you've been checking for the MCU. But why would you be mad at me if I'm able to tell you that? Why would I be rejected? Why would those like me able to share information with you in regards to your favorite character, not just mine? You're saying this is your favorite character. Why is it the information we're giving you that you casually know about another character that don't look like you is rejected? We say we Black Panther fans. I'm supposed to come on to level up your knowledge. Gatekeeping would be me keeping it to myself. That's the epitome of gatekeeping. I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to share it to anybody else. I'm just going to talk bad about those that don't know. That's not what's going on with the Black Panther fan base. You literally have older Black Panther fans trying to share Black Panther lore with younger Black Panther fans, and it's being rejected. For someone who ain't been reading them comics that long. Am I believe that young Superman fans would reject what older Superman fans had to tell them in preference of what James Gunn got going on? So I don't think that's how that would go. I'm gonna keep up with these notes and I'm gonna come back. Let me see here. Kimoyo King said folks would rather be loud and wrong instead of sitting at the table to build. I did say to a fellow YouTuber, I can come over for a discussion, not a debate. Because if we're having a discussion, it should just be an exchange of information. And like I say, it's either canon or it's not. We're not going to do them straw hat games where we play 1-for-1. We're not going to do all that. We're not going to insult each other's intelligence. No, it really should be it should be just as similar as and I don't want to say it like this, but for lack of terminology, a father sharing his favorite superhero with his son who also says they like that superhero. It should be just, man, let me tell you. It should be, let me show you these comic books. Let me tell you about this story right here. Let's watch this video right here. That's what that should be. Now, maybe I'm thirsty because I ain't got no son, but I got daughters and I'm able to share certain information with my daughters, right? But the transferring of superheroes as a legacy, that's passed down from generation to generation. But it ain't like that over here with us. T'Challa fans are getting stumped upside the head. Shooty fans getting kicked upside the head by a demographic that did not exist until 72 hours ago. T'Challa Jr. fans, and T'Challa Jr. fans don't have enough wherewithal to know that there's no such thing as a junior in African culture. And when you do try and tell them, well, it was written by two American men. But you had African languages being spoken in the first movie. So what are you saying? You conveniently care about the representation of Africa in this movie? Mind you, I had a African American cinematographer literally say that to me on Twitter. And I'm like, so the cognitive dissonance is that real? Because you're not going to say that nowhere else. But an African American cinematographer with locks in his head will utter that as a defense of the Americanization, Westernization of Black Panther. But you're a Black Panther fan. Why would you want that? Why would you accept that? And why am I wrong for pointing that out to you? RDC doing great work. Hey, like I said, I like them. They funny as I don't know what. No, unfortunately, 2 black men wrote the script. We here. Theo B, what's going on now? Tell him, Theo B, you mean after T'Challa was snapped away for 5 years, he didn't tell Nakia we getting married? Somebody should have told Ryan we ain't going for this baby mama crap. That's fair. I don't know why we keep looking past that. So we're going to look past that. And we also going to look past the fact that he's a junior. Shout out to Mr. Ray Smith and my brother Dora. Why not Azari? Why not Azari? I had somebody, and I'll be really wanting us to think about what we be saying. My profile pic is my profile pic. Now, y'all got to tell me I don't look damn near 60. Like that's what you're gonna have to tell me. You're gonna have to tell me that my profile pic don't look like I'm near 60, because I literally have people talking to me like I'm young and saying stuff like, well, you know, the older crowd, they probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Azari and Azuri. What older crowd you speaking of? Because I'm almost 60. Mr. Ray Smith and Grand Madam Tarot are over 60. We didn't get confused with the Infinity Stones and the the rings, the 10 ring. We didn't get confused with that. We still got our wits about us. We're well read. Like, I don't know how to tell that. And they say folks that read a lot, they have a tendency to hold on to their senses more than folks that don't read. So when we say what older folks can't comprehend, might get confused about, Generation X, I could be wrong, but I think it was quite a few of us that were like, that's not Sion. We don't know who Njobu is, because I ain't heard that from not one young person. I think that was us that said, because some folks said they didn't want the Queen Mother Ramunda to be deleted. Some folks said that was a shame. I know my generation older, what we said was she's still alive in the comic books, so she shouldn't have never been deleted in the first place. We still hanging on to that one. We still, because Queen Mother Ramunda represents some women in our families, you know, those who feel that maternal role and everything like that. Right. So we still in our feelings about the Queen Mother being deleted, but that's the older generation. I don't know what the younger generation did, because, well, I don't know what you know about the Queen Mother Ramunda outside the MCU. Do you even care about the Queen Mother Ramunda outside the MCU? She was actually kidnapped in the comics. She was actually molested in the comics. T'Challa is not her biological son in the comics. Shuri is her biological daughter, but she's also got an older son, Hunter, the White Wolf. That would be that white dude that folks keep saying they want in Wakanda. He sits right there. There's also a question as to whether or not Shuri is T'Chaka's daughter. Yeah, I know what the comics done told us, and I know what the MCU told us, but if you're a Black Panther fan, I'm just saying there's this whole run over here. Right. Yeah, it's some stuff going on. Christopher Priest. But it's some stuff going on where Ramunda was gone for a minute from Wakanda. She was gone. T'Challa had to go get her. Yeah, T'Challa, him, the dude that went to go get his mama, also went to go get his sister. Kind of like Queen T'Challa when she went to go get her daddy and everything like that. Them stories matter. I know it's some Black Panther fans that's some, some sisters with some meat on their bones. Well, you got a female Black Panther that fits your description. First female Black Panther. When do you get this story? Because I'm trying to tell it to you. I'm hoping if I tell it to you, you'll go holler at Marvel. Then we can get that story so our daughters can have that story. So our wives can have that story. So our sisters can have that story. So our mamas can have that story. But I can't get you to spend the bottle forward if we don't care. If you are a member of the LGBTQ+, I got Queen Nahanda sitting right there. The founder of the Dora Milaje, she sit right there. I got her. But I'm having a hard time spinning this story forward, letting my sisters that are members of the LGBTQ+ community know that this character sit out there to represent them, because you're not checking for what I'm telling you. We both Black Panther fans, though. We both Black Panther fans. And don't you want to know? I got girl dads out there. Well, we got at least 2 of them, 3 of them counting T'Chaka, Black Panthers who were preceded by their daughters. I'm sorry. Their daughters came right after them. Let me see if I got this right. I got King Nagus, his daughter Queen Turkana. Then I got Mamadou Fall. I got his daughter Queen Nahanda. Then I got King T'Chaka. I got his daughter Queen Shuri. Right? I can't spin these stories forward though. I got the story of Queen Turkana going to go get her daddy. I ain't got no one shot. I ain't got no miniseries. I ain't got her even being mentioned in Eyes of Wakanda. Damn. I got Queen Nahanda, who never lost. She was a Black Panther all the way up into her late 70s. She dropped the sword. She was in a relationship with the Queen of Atlantis. I can't get this story. I can't, because if I could, I would. But it definitely wasn't told in Eyes of Wakanda. I can't let my sisters know they got some representation. Why? Because I'm too old? I don't look the part? Or is it, as someone said to me the other day, it's because you don't want it from me or those like me. You want it from the MCU. But I thought we was Black Panther fans. I thought being a Black Panther fan transcended the MCU. I didn't know being a Black Panther fan stopped and ended with the MCU. I thought, as Kevin Feige would say, I thought the character was transcended in and of itself. That we should see that character across all iterations. That's what I thought as a Black Panther fan. I could be wrong. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. I'm gonna keep up with these notes. Let me see here. Salute, Jermaine Knowles was in the building. What's going on, Loki? What's going on? We in here. I see Loki coming over from TikTok and everything. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Some people you gotta appeal to their nature and ease them in the comic lore. I'm trying. Brother, talk about how Black Panther had the gauntlet in the comic with God Emperor Doom. He asked, I'm actually covering it. I shall grant it. We got T'Challa. Secret Wars. Coming out the rail. Reed, Miles, Spider-Man. Of course, Miles came over in a different rail with the villains. Right? Carol Danvers. Right? And like, hey, where we at? How long we been here? All right. Where the power source at? Cool, let's pull up. They pull up. Steve is there, Stephen Strange. Got God Emperor Doom. It's about to go left. It's about to go left. Because Cyclops got beside himself. Because he had the Phoenix egg and everything like that. Cyclops felt like because he had the Phoenix Force with him, he was him. He wasn't. Doom got him up out of there real quick. Steve knew this thing about to go left. So Steve sent everybody to the four corners of Battle World. He did. And he must have knew what he was doing because he sent Namor and T'Challa off on a hunt for something. And they found their way to his Sanctum Sanctorum on Battle World. He left some gifts for them. One was the Siege Courageous, not to be confused with the Siege Perilous. X-Men fans from the Outback will recognize that reference and everything like that. But my dog left back an Infinity Gauntlet. T'Challa put that thing on. Fit real nice. They got us playing because you got Reed and his evil twin, the Maker, talking to Owen Reese. They trying to figure out some stuff, trying to get some stuff together and everything like that. They formulate a plan. They all talking to each other because, you know, Reed and T'Challa like this. I'm going to say it one time. Reed and T'Challa like this. Reed and T'Challa. Reed and T'Challa. Reed considers T'Challa his intellectual peer, which means he's smart. He's smart. He don't just fight, folks. He's smart. He's smart. Vic find out where everybody at. Vic finna come make it do what it's gonna do. Thanos pull up. Talking big talk. And if you an MCU fan, this might find you gonna be like, wait a minute, say what? Because what you got, Thanos, is you got Thanos left, right, and the Hulk. Doom, 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 doom. You know, slamming the Hulk down and everything. So Thanos is physically impressive. Do you hear? You see him hit Steve and everything. Steve go to sleep like that right there. Thanos pulled up on Vic talking that talk. So I know what it's like to be a god. You a peasant. You don't know what it takes to be no god. You still moving like you humans right here. You supposed to be a god. When I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I was a god. This how I move. Vic said, you got the Infinity Gauntlet now? Thanos, no, I ain't got it. Oh, you don't? But I don't need it though, because I'm still Thanos. And that's still more than enough for you. Vic reached in that dude's chest, pulled out his whole skeleton and said, I don't think so. I don't think so. And then somebody yelled in the background. Y'all remember Avengers Endgame? And you heard somebody say, Steve, on your left. Remember when y'all heard that? Steve, on your left. Vic heard somebody say, Victor. Eyes got big, as wide, I don't know what. But he turned around. Here come T'Challa out the Siege Courageous. Him and Namor. And Buddy got the dead with him. The king of the dead. Victor then lit up like, oh man, oh, what we got going on here? T'Challa and Vic go toe to toe to toe to toe to toe. T'Challa putting hands on him, Vic putting hands on T'Challa. We get to the end of the battle, T'Challa mask hanging half off and everything, and he just grinning. Now, we just need to understand, if you ever didn't beat down Bruce Wayne or T'Challa and they smiling, you didn't win. If you ever beat down Bruce Wayne and T'Challa and they looking back at you and they grinning, you didn't win. They set you up. And that's exactly what T'Challa did. Set him up. We was just delaying till Reed finished doing what he was doing. That's all that was. This was a delaying tactic. And you know who came up with the delaying tactic? It was T'Challa. So, great question. Warner Beckett says, I got mixed feelings. That's fair. That's fair. Should he becomes Black Panther in the comics, but I didn't really care for his Black Panther, and the fight wasn't that good for me. That's fair. That's fair. I do think it is unfair to just take that mantle from her. That is also fair. That is also very much fair. Not tell them said by their logic, Ryan Coogler should be the greatest. Try and watch what I say over here on YouTube. Loki said, I heard they're not replacing Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. Hey, yeah. Which, if you not replacing T'Challa, then we shouldn't reference T'Challa no more. And if you're not replacing T'Challa, then Toussaint don't need no T'Challa stories. Toussaint need Toussaint story. Toussaint don't need no Shorty story. Toussaint need Toussaint stories. And as Black Panther fans, that's what we should be asking for him to have some original stories. Let's think about this for a second. And I know some folks might not want to think that far ahead, but if you can get some original stories with Toussaint and they pop, how did Harley Quinn start off? If you really want this character to pop, how did Harley, we're not going to do that. We Batman, the animated series fans. Where did Harley Quinn start at? She started in the cartoon. She popped. Talk to me now. She popped so much, so hot in the cartoon, she wound up showing up in the comic books. Whose stories are we getting? Are we getting Selena stories or are we getting Harley stories? Are we getting Ivy stories or are we getting Harley stories? That matters. The fandom loves it. This character then went from showing up in a cartoon to showing up in the comic books. She's had her own animation. And how many movies she done been in? 3? And one of them was hers. That's what happens when you treat an original character like an original character and you got original plans for that original character. What is it about Black Panther fans where we don't respect our characters' stories to the point where we want to protect them? We aren't even demanding that they give Shuri a full story arc. And I'm saying that as a proud member of Recast T'Challa. Whether I like the decision or not, Letitia Wright deserved 3 movies. And we should all be able to rally behind that. I can feel how I want to feel, but Toussaint does not deserve to have T'Challa stories. He don't deserve to have Shorty stories. He deserves to have his own stories, and those stories shouldn't paint him as a tragic figure. Those stories should paint him as a benevolent ruler who is very successful, if that's how we're going to do it, very successful in taking over not only the mantle of Black Panther, but the throne of Wakanda as king, because we act like M'Baku ain't sitting on the throne. So I'm trying to figure out how challenged they finna go now. Is he gonna cede the throne or they gonna throw hands? Is Shuri gonna cede the mantle or they gonna throw hands? I just know ain't no such thing as stripping away the abilities of the Black Panther. That's not comic book canon, and it's either canon or it's not. We got Steve Rogers over here who done had the super soldier serum sucked up out of him, and it never made it to the MCU. So I don't want to do that either. Let me see. Like and press the hearts plug for the live, y'all. Man, if y'all could, if you could, I appreciate it. This is how we pay the bills and everything. Country boy, I like how you spelled that. I like how you spelled that. Country boy say just wanted to say, hey, mister, hey man, catch the replay. Catch the replay. My brother D Real is in the building. What's going on? Loki said they don't say nothing about The Rock playing Hercules. No, they don't. Hold on. Hold on. I would almost ask how he got to play the Scorpion King, but never mind. Never mind. We don't even know it's T'Challa's baby. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not trying to get me in trouble. Minutes after he killed Queen Mother, the MC Shorty forgave Namor 20 minutes after he killed her mother. Yeah, the Shorty in the comics ain't forgave Claw for nothing. Folks be trying to talk to me about, well, T'Challa is I like to keep my characters to characters. You good with the Punisher deleting folks? You ain't ever mad about the Punisher, Frank Castle deleting folks. We didn't watch how many Punisher movies, and Frank Castle delete folks that then did stuff they ain't got no business doing. Okay, T'Challa. I ain't hear nobody complain about that. Oh, Frank didn't deleted too many folks. We need a higher body count. That's what we need. Folks said they wanted Frank to be more violent. I ain't hear nobody say, hey, we need Frank to be nicer. Okay, well, why are we looking for T'Challa to do that? T'Challa ain't Steve. That is not Steve. That is so much not Steve. Steve believe in POWs. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. But yeah, she forgave Namor 20 minutes after. She still want to delete Claw. She still want to delete Claw. T'Challa still want to delete Claw. Hunter still want to delete Claw. Oh, Claw cannot show up in Marvel Comics around the three of them characters and it not be on site. And the only way he gonna make it out alive, it's gonna be a writer that's gonna get him up out alive. But hey, I'm a Black Panther fan. I thought that's what we were. I thought that's what we were. I thought we was Black Panther fans. And I would have thought that, you would have been like, so T'Challa would have got him up out of there. You don't know what Junior did. You don't know what Buddy did to him when he was a shorty. Man, Claw thought that thing was sweet. Blasted T'Chaka. You saw that BET cartoon. Blasted T'Chaka thought that thing was sweet. T'Challa said, not ever. Let me go get this and that. Buddy pieced out. Every time he look at his right arm, not to be confused with his left one, every time he look at his right arm, he reminded about what little Buddy did to him. Then Buddy said, I'm going to get the Fantastic Four. Got the dude, T'Challa T'Challa and the Fantastic Four are the reason why that dude look like how he look now. First, T'Challa got him for his arm. Then T'Challa made him run and hide. Made him run and hide in a sonic chamber. No, you beat my behind too bad. I'm gonna get away from y'all. You get on up out of here and everything. Go run and hide. We ain't got none of that in the MCU. So you mean to tell me as a Black Panther fan, brother to brother, brother to sister, father to son, father to daughter, you cool with Ultron being the reason that Claw is missing an arm? You cool with that? You cool with the android getting T'Challa's feats of accomplishment? You say you're a Black Panther fan. Whether you like Ryan Coogler, whether you like Kevin Feige, whether you like David Johnson, this ain't got nothing to do with it. That don't bother you? You don't. If you didn't know that prior to this live, you ain't offended? You know what Bruce do as a kid. You know what Kal-El do as a kid. You know what Peter do. They don't even talk about that much, but you can sit up here and say, with great power becomes great responsibility. You sit up there and utter that in your sleep. You ain't mad that's what happened? And ain't nobody tell you? They ain't tell you that T'Challa is responsible for Claw missing an arm. That's not significant? It's a rhetorical question. It's significant to me as a Black Panther fan, no differently than what's significant when it comes to Bruce as a Batman fan. It matters to me. Let me see. They always have Black characters having no marriage and children out of wedlock, and it's sad most of our people still haven't peeped this. I wonder why. Because I ain't heard nobody complain about that yet. I've heard people complain about how folks feel about Saturday night, but I ain't ever really heard us complain about that. No, I ain't. My Black Panther with Namor is Namor Loki says Namor is kind of on and off with BO though. Yeah. Black Panther. Okay. Yeah. I'm a John Stewart GL fan. Me, myself, Green Lantern, Marine, best sniper in the Green Lantern Corps. I'm right there with you. We got to stop accepting these agenda pushing individuals in these rooms, man. That's why I'm asking questions. Because if we say we fans of something, I thought fans from all ages share that experience. Like if I'm an old school Laker fan, I should be able to have some discourse with a new school Laker fan that, you know, is right there with Luka Doncic. Remember LeBron playing and everything like that. That should actually be some crossover, but it's none here. And I'm curious as to why. And I've issued invitations and everything like that, and I don't see where a younger person is like, hey, let's sit down and have the discussion. Because I'm like, you young, I'm older. I was once you, but I was receptive to older folk talking to me about these superheroes. I had older people talking to me about Luke Cage, right? I had somebody older talking to me about Sam Wilson, the Falcon. Okay, well, same thing. What's the problem? Let me see. The Djalia, he about to take it off him again. I just be asking questions. The Djalia plays no role, Bass plays no role, and I'm like, but these two things are significant in Black Panther lore. We know how kryptonite affects Superman. And some of us, without realizing it, know how various colors of kryptonite affect Superman. And we're not Superman fans. I did not know the pink superknight, the pink kryptonite once made him a member of the LGBTQ plus, and then they retconned it to where it turned him into a woman. I don't check for Clark like that, but I know that shit out there. But as Black Panther fans, we don't know universally across the board that the heart-shaped herb is how you communicate with Bast. Some of us are under the impression is that the heart-shaped herb is how you get the abilities of the Black Panther. No, it doesn't. Some of us are under the impression that you could take a synthetic heart-shaped herb, put on a suit, and that makes you a Black Panther. No, it doesn't. Why you don't care as a Black Panther fan? The only thing you could possibly be saying is, I don't care. That's the only thing you could be saying is, I don't care. And if you don't care, that's fine. Stop saying you're a Black Panther fan. You're a Ryan Coogler fan. That's a fair assessment. You don't care. You are a fan of something. We all are fans of something. And you care about that something, and you're going to protect the lore and the legacy of that something, whether that's your family, your wife, another relative, a football team, a basketball player, a comic book. You got something that's your favorite and you're a fan of it and you own it. The difference is that me, I'm able to be sympathetic to what you're a fan of. If a Spider-Man fan says to me, Tom Brevoort got to go, they don't like that whole thing about them wanting to keep Mary Jane and Peter separate. I get that. I understand that. Fan to fan. Ain't got to be favorite. I get that. They're absolutely right. Peter and Mary Jane should be married. Peter and Mary Jane honestly should have been married with children by now. If you would just let the story develop instead of injecting yourself into the story, keeping those two characters apart because you probably got a crush on Peter or you got a crush on Mary Jane. Peter and Mary Jane should have been married by now. Should have been married, should have had children. It's no such thing as we can't spin that story forward. Lois and Clark then got married. Reed and Susan had a whole nother child. Bruce sat out here and got a child. The way it went down was the way it went down. But ain't nobody say those stories got bad. And even if we're not talking about Marvel and DC, you like Invincible, that character was allowed to grow. Think about it. You didn't get mad. That character grow. Well, in Marvel Comics, we can't get that. Ironically enough, with the black characters. We're going to break up Frank. We're going to break up Monica Rambeau and Adam Bashir for no reason. Daniela Cage is going to go off to Avengers Compound to never, ever be seen again. We're going to keep T'Challa single. We ain't going to put him with no woman whatsoever. We're going to make all the excuses in the world for why they cannot be together, thus denying him the child they should have had, right? And so we're going to make up out of wedlock child, when in the comics, we can't even get the in wedlock child. We can't get Azari in the 616 because not enough Black Panther fans have made it known to Marvel editorial they want T'Challa with Storm. No, we got more than enough black folks that want to be X-Men fans where Aurora can get slutted out by the whole X-Men franchise to the point where Black Panther fans who formerly wanted Aurora to be with T'Challa now say like, I don't even know if I want that over here no more. But what we cannot get is the character respected. But we Black Panther fans. Okay. Make it make sense. Him and Monica Rambeau, Shuri didn't even have proper training as Black Panther. They say she did, say she had trained for it her whole life. We never saw that, so I get your point. That was an artificial herb. Yeah, damn sure wasn't real. They treated the herb like it's super soldier serum. Exactly. In Moon Knight, besides the non-trained as Black Panther, no actual herb, Shuri wasn't even chosen by Baz. We didn't see it, did we? And I know what folks are gonna say. Well, we didn't see Baz with T'Challa. You didn't see T'Challa become Black Panther either, did you? Okay, all right. Baz was also supposedly shown in Thor: Love and Thunder, but it could have just been another African deity. Yeah, she was there, but ain't nobody, not like she did anything. Sekhmet was sitting right there too. It's crazy. Where's Anansi? I started to say somewhere with Cody Ziegler, but Cody didn't went over there to DC. Congratulations to you, big dog. We're looking forward to your work, Cody. And T'Challa had knowledge of all the past ancestors. I doubt Shuri did with the synthetic herb. That ain't even her sets. That ain't even Shuri power set. Heart-shaped herb, synthetic heart-shaped herb. She ain't the queen of the dead. That definitely would not have been a power set. Now, the irony to that is her being the griot. That's the irony. But we've named the artificial intelligence the griot. But in not having respect for griot, not having respect for Xhosa and Swahili, now not having respect for African tradition when it comes to the naming of sons, we're not going to get the tradition of the Western African history teller, the griot. That's crazy. Crazy work. And we ain't checking for it either. That's crazy. Yep. What's going on, Ryder Maverick? What's going on? I would think Bass would reject anything synthetic. She ain't even acknowledging it. That is not how you gonna talk to her. You, like I said, the synthetic heart-shaped herb, the way it works in the comic books, is just like the super soldier serum. Eric Killmonger created that. He created it because he almost took a dirt nap trying to take the organic heart-shaped herb. I would like to think that would matter to a Black Panther fan. We ain't got to do no one-for-one adaptation to have that story in the comic books. There was never a reason for Eric to be T'Challa's cousin, first cousin. Don't know why we made up Njobu when Sion sit right there. But we're Black Panther fans. We were supposed to care about that. We were supposed to ask them questions. If we're thinking about it, we don't say anything about Sion. Stay right there. We let Njobu go by. Well, who was supposed to save the Queen Mother Ramunda when Dr. Doom pulled up to Wakanda? Oh, that was Sion. Well, without us doing a one-for-one adaptation, who should have saved the Queen Mother Ramunda in the second Black Panther movie? Oh, that would have been Sion, especially since we borrow elements from Deadliest Other Species, Power, and Doom War. and every nerd saw it. Every Black Panther fan was supposed to see it too. But how many of us have said that Sion should have been around to save the Queen Mother Ramunda in the second Black Panther movie? We don't care. That's not a big deal to us as Black Panther fans. It don't make us feel some type of way that the brother of T'Chaka that made sure the widow was good, that raised his brother's children, 3 of them, that gave his life for his brother's wife. As Black Panther fans, we don't think that character was good enough to come to the screen. We good with Njobu? Okay. Let me see here. So we can agree it's Hollywood messing with lore like it doesn't matter with certain characters. But then again, we signing up for it. Dirk, that would make her a false Panther like Eric. Bam. For example, T'Challa had the Infinity Stones when they were dealing with Doom. Bam. And we got that action figure coming August 13th, Amazon exclusive, 1 p.m. Make sure you're there. I'm going to be pulling up and everything like that. Make sure you get your Black Panther T'Challa action figure with the Infinity Gauntlet, the Spear of Bashinga, an additional head sculpt, 2 additional hand sets, and a shield as well. Make sure you pull up. You're a Black Panther fan. You're going to want this one for your collection. Hollywood feminists and LGBT dictate what's shown. See, Dirk, that's me not being fair. Because as we just stated on Daryl's live tonight, there is a loud minority segment that exists in nerddom as well. Low-key, we talked about it earlier this year when we had 2 people going back and forth with each other. They use words like DEI and woke, and they use them in a negative connotation. They there. They sit right there too. So I don't. And then let me say this, because that part of this live today is Dirk. I got to take care of my own house before I look outside my house, right? We could talk about feminists, but I don't have no control over feminists. We could talk about the LGBTQ plus. I don't have no control over them. We could talk about that loud minority, but I don't have no control. I don't have no control nor any influence over them. I'm looking at us. I'm looking at us, and I'm looking at us specifically. I'm not really pressed about nobody else. When I look at the comments online, I ain't really caring about what nobody else say, because if they don't get it, to a degree, I understand why they don't get it. But then again, to a degree, I also don't care, because I know how they feel. They're not necessarily prone to caring whether or not we care or not. They would like for us to, but they okay if more than enough of us don't care. So I'm looking at me and mine. I'm looking at those of us that look like me, that I've seen going back and forth, sniping on each other since this weekend. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about those of us that are more than happy with misinformation being spread since this weekend. I'm talking about those of us that I've encountered today, just today, a brother that's my skin complexion, a brother that's got locks, a brother that has cinematographer listed in his bio, don't give 2 damns about the authenticity of Africa's portrayal in the movie. That's a cinematographer, which means he's credible, which means he ain't ignorant. He being stupid. But how many people gonna run behind him? Because he got his credits listed right there. So he don't care about the disrespect when it comes to Junior. He don't care about the Xhosa. He don't care about the Swahili. He don't care that Wakanda using English like it's using, even though it's never been conquered, is a problem. He don't care about the child being born out of wedlock. He don't. That's a black man. That's a cinematographer that says, I don't care. He ain't the only one. You just like to think with his credentials, he wouldn't say that. But if he can say that with his credentials, that he doesn't care, what's the likelihood of other folks saying it and they ain't got his credentials? And when I say other folks, I mean other black folks. I said something right after Derek Bozeman's video on Urban Faith. Because when he said that he believed somebody could easily call what he was thinking a conspiracy. Because what he stated was, they don't have a problem seeing us being a victim. Way too many folks that call themselves Chadwick Boseman fans ain't watched that video, and that video still sit right there on Urban Faith. They don't have a problem seeing us being a victim, but seeing us conduct ourselves as kings. Now I want us to think about what's transpired, not only in America, but also in the world since 2021. I want you to think about it, be rhetorical, but I want you to think about it, because here's what I said shortly after he said that. If you let them disrespect the fictional black character, they won't have a problem spinning that forward to disrespect the real black person. I said that. If you let them disrespect the fictional black character that's based on a king, they're not gonna give two damns about disrespecting real black folks. What have you seen develop? You can call it a conspiracy if you want to. You can. But ain't the disrespect been real? Ain't the disrespect been rampant? Ain't the disrespect been loud? If you rocking with me on TikTok, I can't even get through a TikTok 2 minutes in without being called the N-word with the hard ER, without being trolled every 30 seconds. Valor Wolves rocks with me on TikTok. I just gave him the moderator duties today. He couldn't even enjoy the second live I did over there because there was somebody trolling, calling me out my name every 5 seconds. Why we think that is? And mind you, I'm talking like I'm talking now about black characters, about the representation of black characters, about the specificity, the nuances of those black characters. And in me talking about those black characters, that's enough to get me trolled continuously through a video. That's fine. My question is why we don't care. What does it take for us to care? What does it take for us to come together as a black fan base? Because I've been told today it's not possible. What does it take for us to come together as a black fan base and covet our black superheroes like other people covet their superheroes? What does that take? What's the answer? What's the solution? I don't like there is no solution. I have to accept that if that's what that is. What's the solution though? So yeah, Dirt Too Many. It's a lot of blame to go around, is what I'm saying. And that's why She-Hulk fell. I don't know what that was. Yeah. She-Hulk was, yeah. Nobody that read She-Hulk with John Byrne or read Savage She-Hulk cared for that. Because She-Hulk loved and embraced her powers and she was a vixen. MCU made her basically hate herself and twerk. Bam. Gatekeeping in media is a wee bit different. Social media providers cherry pick all the time. They're selective about what they accept and reject versus just absorbing it all. In essence, inconsistent. Gotcha. Yeah, that twerk didn't do it for me either. That twerk didn't do it for me. When does the black American man get representation? No serum. And that's the thing. Sam didn't need it. Sam didn't need it. Daryl talked about that today. Sam is 6'2", 240. He from Harlem. Gang affiliated. Okay, well, I don't know I don't know how easy that fight is gonna be with that dude just based on that background. I don't know how because he's a street fighter. But then when you add into the fact, the equation, this dude can communicate with birds, see through birds. Like what the birds see, the bird is telepathically telling him, hey, you see what's going down here on 33rd and what is it, 33rd and 110th Street? No, what's going on 33rd and 110th Street? It's a bank robbery. Call the fellas. That's what Sam was saying. Call the fellas. Except the fellas he calling ain't gonna be no dudes. It's gonna be a whole bunch of birds pull up. The King Wilson Fisk don't want to see Sam. Wilson Fisk would get picked apart before Sam even touched him. Wilson Fisk. Somebody said, well, if Sam is in an enclosed space with Wilson Fisk, it's a problem. Wilson better make sure them windows barred up. Don't the birds give too damn about no window. They coming through the window and gonna pick Wilson clean. But Sam ain't written like that. Sam ain't written like that in the comic books. Sam is not portrayed like that on the big screen. I told my wife, I said, I'm so damn sick and tired every time Sam pop up on screen, somebody ripping off his damn wings. Don't matter what the wings made of, somebody finna come along and pop his damn wing. So you know what we getting ready to see for damn show in these two Avengers movies? His wings gonna get snapped off. His wings gonna get snapped off. Vibranium wings, vibranium suit, don't matter. We just up the ante with Vic. Vic will find a way to snap him off. My brother Kimoyo King here. Dirk, that's what where Feiger wants us to be. I pray Kugler stays away from Blue Marble. You are not by yourself. What it say? You are not alone. I am there with you. No, you're not far away. I'm feeling what you're trying to say. You are not alone. Now tell them, said, we try to tell them and people don't want to listen. That's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to figure out what we got to do to cross this great divide, because I'm trying to let you know you're not going to get the stories you want, only for you to find out you're not getting the stories you want. I tried to tell you you're not going to get the stories you want. And here it is again. You go and Google haha over a dude that you ain't getting the stories you supposed to have gotten. I can go ahead and tell you right now that if we spinning this thing forward, okay, well, if I know in 2022, I'm finna replace Shorty with Buddy, where's my Disney Plus series at with Shorty as Black Panther? Because I know damn good and well I could have got Claws of the Panther on Disney Plus by now. I know damn good, whether we talking cartoon with Letitia Wright doing the voice acting and everything like that, the voiceover, or we talking live action, four episodes, 8 episodes. I damn sure could have got Claws of the Panther right now. That could have got me right up there to Buddy. I'm just saying, I'm be having to think of stuff and folks think I be trying to be nasty. I'm like, no, I really am a nerd, but damn, we ain't even getting no Shorty. You didn't want no Shorty? What you gonna tell me? The MCU slate was too full? Why we couldn't have got no Shorty Disney Plus series? You gonna tell me the animation studio closed down? Okay, well, make it happen. We ain't making excuses for nothing else. Nah, Dirk, I want to see Blue Marvel shoot. DC got their Superman true. And look past the fact he was raised in secret in Haiti, not Wakanda. So he's not even Wakandan born. I don't know how any of us that's a Black Panther fan accepting a child being born out of wedlock. I don't know why that's what we're doing. And I know some people gonna be, smart to say some stuff and everything. You can, but just know when you do that, ain't none of them characters T'Challa. Ain't none of them characters T'Challa. T'Chaka was married to Ramonda before we got short. He was married to Nahanda. to Inyami. I'm sorry. He was married to Inyami before we got T'Challa. So I don't know what make us think. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not. Azuri was married to his wife. So I don't know why we doing that. M. Telly was married to his. I don't. So we got lore, we got canon where they're Black Panthers faithfully married to their mates and having children with their mates. I don't know why, with that sitting out there, we found this thing we could have found in anywhere USA acceptable in Wakanda. So, what's going on, Sam? What's going on? What's going on? We here. Shang-Chi should not be wielding the rings at all. At all. I'm gonna get that action figure, but you're right. Well, you folks say we was too old to be able to tell the difference and everything like that between the Mandarin having 10 rings and the Infinity Stone. Our age group was supposed to be confused by that. We weren't supposed to be able to tell the difference and everything like that. That's crazy. But yeah, you're not wrong. With the Mandarin, definitely. But where the Mandarin at? Because we ain't got that action fit. Well, we did, but when nobody check for that. Shang-Chi is the best fighter in Marvel. Gonna look real nice when we get that action figure. They gonna say Blue Marvel is a widow. Or Donnie Yen younger. But I see him as Iron Fist. Okay, hit the likes. Appreciate that, y'all. We gonna get on up out of here. We still got packing and doing everything. Go ahead and get this room together and everything. I just wanted to come over here. I thought I was gonna get some feedback. I see Racing by Heart. What's going on, Racing by Heart? I thought we was gonna Ryder Never says Tucson also needs his own love interest. Why are we pairing him with T'Challa's? Right, you not wrong. You not wrong. I said that earlier, Ryder. I was like, are we gonna tell Toussaint's story, or are we gonna tell T'Challa's story? Because if we gonna tell T'Challa's story, then we should have just kept T'Challa. If we gonna tell Shorty stories through Toussaint, we should have just kept Shorty. But if we gonna, Toussaint deserves his own original stories, have his own original legacy. So I couldn't agree more. The people that sign up for stuff like that, it makes me, are you a Black Panther fan or are you a Coogler fan? Because that's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. And if you would never accept John Kent kicking the Bobo with Lois or Damien kicking the Bobo with Selena, why is this what we're doing over here? If you're a Black Panther fan, why haven't you been asking for T'Challa to be in a marriage in the comic books where we could have had a child by now, Azari, where if we wanted to bypass T'Challa and bypass Shuri, there's canon set up in comics for that to take place to where we use that one. I asked folks today, why not just name the kid Azari? You know how many Black folks popped up to say, because this is the MCU. And ain't it supposed to be an alternate reality? An alternate universe? Ain't that what we've been saying? So if that's what we've been saying, does it matter that it's the MCU, that he can't be Azari? That's the stupidest thing in the world. Oh no, his mama is Storm. Storm ain't in the MCU. Aurora ain't in the MCU. What that got to do with that still could be Azari? It's crazy how I literally had Black content creators that are comic book fans throwing up some of the most asinine comments to defend this. Azari would have made sense. That's a character that's been seen in the cartoons, as I stated today, in the cartoons, in the comic books. You're a casual fan and you know who Azari is. So what? His mama is Storm Aurora in Next Avengers. That's an alternate universe. His mama could be you in this universe. Azari could be born a mutant. He ain't got to get electrical abilities from his mama. He could just be a mutant. Ain't that what we introducing in the next phase of the MCU? But you say you're a Black Panther fan. And some of y'all even had the audacity to have comic in your name. Well, I done been on this live right now for a few minutes, right? And what I've been asking an hour and a half, I've been asking, how do we bring the Black Panther community together? Because that's really what I want, to bring the Black Panther community together. But I guess we good in just our own echo chambers. I ain't seen nobody. Azar would be too powerful. They made a character that bowed down instead of. That's coming from the Culture Made channel. He said, "No, man, Azar would be too powerful. They ain't finna do all that." Hey, my dog ain't gonna do all that. Appreciate you showing up, Culture Made. We can both be I am Black Panther fan over Cool fan, but it's all part of the same struggle. It's supposed to be. That's what I said. You would have thought, as Black Panther fans, from the announcement of the action figure to the Black Panther 3 acknowledgement, the announcement, we all supposed to be running around here doing backflips and everything. Like, oh yeah, man, come on. We supposed to be sitting up here. We supposed to be sitting up here throwing a party. Like, this was and this is T'Challa's 60th anniversary this year. This weekend, every Black Panther fan across the world was supposed to be singing Kumbaya. We supposed to be hitting each other up. We supposed to be sending each other pictures of when we order our Black Panther action. we supposed to be saying this. Well, at least we got Azari. That's what we supposed to be saying. Well, it is Azari. Like, if you can't get the ultimate win as a Black Panther fan, that's a win. You say, okay, that's Nakia and T'Challa's child, but okay, all right, okay, all right. Cut his hair off, make him bald headed, put some tattoos on him. Folks would have had a feel good flashback moment when they saw Black Panther 3. They'd have looked at Black Panther 3, and because they saw Next Avengers, they'd have been like, yeah. And that would have been a nice bonding moment between the casual fan and the comic book fan. We all saw that we all saw the same cartoon. Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Sam is that dude, but not in the MCU. His connection with birds is a superpower we will never see, but it should have been used in cash. Don't get me to talking. Let me see. D-Nerd production, self-destruction, Cougar fans headed. I heard the melody in the background. I miss melody of Born Again Rappers. What is going on? D-Nerd Productions got me with that one. He got me with that one. Kimoyo King in the building. What is going on, brother? I hope, get better day by day, day by day, day by day. Man, y'all got me cracking up in here. Why pair Storm with anyone? As a Black Panther fan who's had concerns, questions, requests regarding the MCU, I do not believe that Aurora Monroe's name ever came up considering the issues we got with Black Panther. Like, she's so far down the road as far as a concern or issue in the MCU. Ooh, she's so far down the road. And based on the way Marwa Ayodele wrote her, I love Aurora. I do. Ooh, goodness gracious, I do. That's my first Black X-Men. You know that. You know that. But as I said to my wife, and as I've said to so many others that are comic book fans, I don't know how to do this right now. I want to, but I don't know how to move forward. I'm traumatized. I feel like my wife cheated on me. I got Aurora in all her regalness, in all her godliness. She's a queen. She's a goddess. Been that way since day one. She talked to people like she above certain stuff. She does. And I respect that about her. I do. She's been elevated to the most, because she Omega level. I like that about her. I didn't follow my young lady now. She got into it with what Scott's brother was and everything like that. He thought it was all that in a bag of chips and everything. I never did like him. Vulcan. Yeah. I remember that story. I remember when they took on Dr. Doom and everything like that. They was in Council Doom. He knew she was claustrophobic. Put my queen in a box. Don't put my queen in no box. What they say about that movie Dirty Dancing? Don't nobody put baby in a corner. We're not going to do that. I felt some type of way when Forge took away her abilities. I ain't never liked Forge anyway, to be perfectly honest with you. But definitely ain't never liked him for my queen. Just didn't. She and Bishop don't kick the bobo, so what? They don't kick the bobo. I never would have thought Saul pictured my queen in her time of weakness, when she can get to Wakanda, when she can holler at Bass, when she got Jeremiah sitting right there and he can get her to Wakanda. She ain't even go back to Mars. And that's where Craig's still at. He's still on Mars, raising mutant children that ain't his on behalf of Aurora. Not only does she jump off the dresser with a dude who's not only smashing, and the writer knows this. The writer knows this. Logan is a bisexual male. Nothing wrong with that. Do your thizzle. But the main people Logan is sleeping with is Jean Grey, her sister figure, and Scott Summers, her brother figure. It's going down in the DM. The Summers house was on the moon. I saw that diagram. We're not finna act like that. And we know how close Scott and Aurora are. I'm not finna act like that. When Scott was taking on Nimrod, Nimrod thought it was sweet. Scott said, you can do whatever you want to do. She not finna let me die. He said, who, Jean? No, her. It was Aurora. So you got an African writer knowing all of this. Me and Dara interviewed that dude and said, do not continue to go down this path. You're gonna damage this character in a way you can't spin it back. And folks gonna be mad at you. They're not gonna be mad at the editor. They're not gonna remember the editor-in-chief. Don't do this. He did it anyway. And not only did he have her jump off the dresser, but low-key, he had her still longing after Logan, having a child out of wedlock with Logan. As soon as they got done with him destroying, tearing that character down, they pieced him out. Pieced him out. It's canon. No differently than Peter sleeping with Deadpool is canon. So we know the story with the character. We know what they wanted to do in Avengers. We know they weren't able to do it. Now, Mr. Ray Smith and quite a few of us were like, T'Challa and Aurora should have a conversation. Okay, pause. What's the conversation now? Hey, T'Challa, I slept with Logan. Well, T'Challa don't sleep around like that. And last we remember, what did Logan tell T'Challa? Aurora was missing. So now it's going to seem like Logan was trolling T'Challa. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. Hey, T'Challa, I slept with Logan. Because we don't build relationships on a foundation of lies. We don't do that. Okay, what's his response? You're a Black Panther fan. What's his response? You're an Aurora fan. You're an X-Men fan. How you see this going down? Okay. She then tells him she's pregnant from Logan. T'Challa marrying Aurora? Is he? Will she ever be on his radar again? Aurora keeps said child. Do we think Aurora and T'Challa have a friendly relationship after she keeps Flora, whatever her name is? We don't think T'Challa's going to see that as the ultimate form of betrayal. Why wouldn't he? As many times he slept with her, she's never bore his children. And they were actually married. She didn't have children from him. I don't want to say Marvel Ayodele on behalf of Marvel Editorial destroy any chance of T'Challa and Aurora getting back together, because I don't want to say never, but he damn sure made it difficult. But now, who's going to ask that Black writer why? Who's going to ask that African writer when they interview him? Who's going to sit down and speak on behalf of the Black comic book fan? Who's going to speak to him on behalf of the Aurora fan? Who's going to speak to him on behalf of the T'Challa fan? When you settle for any representation, you get any representation. That's what you get. At this point, T'Challa need to date around for a little bit. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I can't stand that we had 3 Spider-Mans in one movie and 3 Batmans in one movie, but we can't even get one T'Challa. No, you cannot. What's going on? I like Spain. Let me say, Elisca Spain. I'm sorry for saying that right. Kimoyo fan fact. That's why they hated T'Challa married the Storm. Yeah, they call it Skajin. They call it Skojin. Skojin, Skajin. It's got a name. What does it sound like when we add Aurora to the mix? My bad, I'm sorry. The Culture Made channel, Bruticus 31, tell him, brother, after many birds of Gene, Emma Madeline, my guy, play a bit. Hey, all he do is crush a lot. Let me see where we at. She could not go to Wakanda. T'Challa would have seen through her in 5 seconds. That's why they are so perfect together. Hey, she could not go to Wakanda at all. Nah, what Logan was to appeal to the freaky dudes and the sisters that get down who read it, satisfied them. What's going on, Bruticus? Bruticus 31 pulled up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No Cyclops slander. That adjoining room was for Wolverine and Jean when Cyclops was with Emma. Bruticus, allow me to introduce myself. Slim is my dude. I'm going to say this one more time so folks understand. Slim, contrary to what some might believe, is my favorite X-Men. He is. I just ordered the MCU James Marsden action figure. I just put it on pre-order the other day. It went on pre-order Monday at 1 o'clock. I put it in my basket by 107. Yeah, I wasn't playing. That said though, I read the Krakoa journey. I don't know why Logan and Scott were down there at the pool having a brew together. I don't like Logan like that. Respect, yeah. Like it where we popping a brew together? No. And right now, whether you and I like it or not, the X-Men are the laughing stock of the nerd community. Fly High Chris then done 3 videos with Logan. 3, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2. The first one is Logan and Scott having a baddies list versus. Logan wins. Why? Because he says Cyclops at the end. That means Fly High Chris read that story. He wasn't the only one, because that video got quite a few likes on it. Then there's the second skit he did, where there's a random mutant coming up into the X-Mansion. Hey, I'm here to be an X-Men. Nightcrawler greets him. And Nightcrawler like, hey, you know there's one thing you got to do to officially become an X-Men, right? And he like, what? You got to let Logan clap cheeks. And he like, man, come on, man, stop it, man. Y'all tripping. I know y'all bugging it. No, you got to let Logan clap cheeks. They be like, roll, look around like this. Gene looking around like this. Nightcrawler looking around like this. Buddy go knock on the door where Cyclops is in. He say, Cyclops, Scott, let me talk to you, man. They talk about for me to officially join the X-Men, I got to let Logan clap cheeks. Come on, man, tell me that's not a real thing. Got Cyclops doing like this. So you let Logan clap cheeks too? I didn't create that joke. I didn't create that joke. You can't hold them two skits against me. I follow Fly High Chris. I didn't send him no skit ideas or nothing like that. But you just need to know, in the nerd community, oh, ain't nobody, the X-Men don't never need to tell nobody for at least another 10, 15 years they in love with anybody. Don't say you in love with anybody. Don't say that. Don't say that. If you gonna say you in love with anybody, let it stay over there in X-Men 97. Don't write no serious love stories in the comic books no more. Because ain't nobody believing that. Ain't nobody believing that. Ain't nobody believing that. Slim, my favorite too. I'm glad they doing it. I ain't saying Cyclops. Okay, so Cyclops got quite a few fans over here and everything like that. See, it's a Black Panther channel, and we can still show love to Cyclops. That's what I'm talking. Nerds. We nerding out. We geeking out. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. On behalf of the Storm fans, get over it. She's. What we supposed to get over? Because I'm good. Not to mention that Fred was strongly suggested to be to Charlie. Wait. What? Wait. Wait a minute. I need some clarification. Who cares she slept with Logan? She slept with Logan before the Colts run. T'Challa doesn't care about stupid you. Oh. It's kind of like, you know how me and you do once is an accident, twice that's a pattern. And like I mean, I'm gonna read it because you said Mark. Hold on, because I don't like being stupid with a smart device in my hand. Hold on. Also, Ryder Maverick, I don't really do feelings. I do facts. I can feel how I want to feel, but certain stuff, the truth don't require whether or not I like it or not. So, okay. Current dynamic. Ayodele has described the T'Challa dynamic as a bond that continuously burns to ashes, only for a better reincarnation to take place. reassuring fans that their relationship will always endure in Marvel continuity. Let me see here. Storm Panther fandom. Let me get here. Storm Panther. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Not showing this. I'm trying to get this here. Tawari and T'Chaka, Princess Nika Sazna, Sky Panther, Cherie, T'Chaka. I don't know why they did that. Chimera, Azari. Let me see here. Manifold and Maggot asked if Storm was secretly dating Emperor T'Challa again during the game of Truth or Dare. Storm did not answer. The second day, Storm chose Dare, and the Dare was to tell the truth about T'Challa and her. Once again, Storm declined to answer. Tony Stark leaves Aurora a note in which he refers to her as her boyfriend, crossed out, ex-husband, crossed out, and teammate. Marvel Winter Break special depicts Aurora T'Challa in a sensual, possibly post-coital pose on Christmas Eve 2025. T'Challa is shirtless while Aurora wears nothing but knee-high socks. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get that picture right there. Let me see here. Continuing alliance. Even after the separation, T'Challa and Aurora maintained mutual respect and collaborated when their paths aligned. Storm's connections to Wakanda have remained strong, and she has occasionally aided T'Challa in his endeavors. Their relationship evolved into one of friendship and shared purpose, showcasing their growth as individuals. I'm trying to get it. Got this picture of T'Challa. I'm trying to. What I'm going to say to this is because I don't mind being wrong. I don't mind being wrong. Stormbreakers, one for Gary. Okay, 60 years. All right. I don't mind being wrong. I just need the information. Aya Daily to write Storm Panther love story. Okay, let me see about this right here. Plus Storm one Black Panther variant cover. Let me continue right here. Mm-hmm. The only increasing chance of him being the father of Storm's daughter. Let me see. This is I think, Ryder Maverick, this is your story. Aya Daily to write Storm Black Panther love story plus Storm 1. He said in Stormwatch chat that it's 10 pages long on sale. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this right here. Because I don't mind being educated. I don't. We take a time out, press pause for the calls. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Take a pause right here for the calls. Yep. Going down. Come on down. Let me see what I got. 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 There. Is that it right there? No. Yeah. That was okay. So we got this. Let me go. I got new shoes on the ride. Right. Rolling down 95. Let me go. Let me get here. Let me get chapters. Okay, right on. Let me get here. All right. Get right here. Mm-hmm. You don't mind being wrong. Take a little time. All right. Got that right there. Let me see something here. I'm here. I got 23 people. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Like I said, I don't mind education. Get back in these notes because I don't want to be rude. Shoot, do. Let me see. Okay. We got the last page. But in the year that I was queen of Wakanda, I could not bear the thought of the love of my life carrying such a burden alone. I chose to look through his eyes. I chose to share in his burden. I chose to love him. I have come to take you home, a solid wall Moyo. Okay, all right, Ryder Maverick, one time. Through my eyes, okay, Ryder Maverick, one time. We don't, okay, all right. Got some hopes on him. So I got to pull back and everything like that. Okay, good looking, big dog. Good looking. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Good looking. Good looking. Marvel how I am made to run that asylum. What mutant child of Wakanda? Gentle. I love that story. I can say it too. No. Like I said, I don't mind being wrong. As we say over here with the Rock With Me Nation, I prefer to be accurate. I don't care nothing about being right or wrong. Too many folks get caught up on that stuff. If more of us worried about being accurate, I believe more of us will be on the same page. So good looking. Good looking. You know what? You just gave me another video idea. Look at that. Look at the Rock With Me Nation. Rock With Me Nation. Look at the Rock With Me Nation coming through. Big Ruben in the building. Grand Man Town say WTH. Exactly. We got Wakanda out all day, every day. Wait a minute. So here's the thing, right? Okay. So going off of what Ryder Maverick is telling me, that I read for my own 2 eyes, right? So I have to make an amendment. If we're gonna be responsible, we're gonna have to make an amendment, right? And so I cannot like what transpired in issue 3, and I don't. I cannot like the vague stories being told at the end, where Farwa had the cat-like eyes and the black hair. I cannot like that and be fair because that transpired, right? But I have to give credit due to the writer. If on the writer's way out, the writer says, I'm finna tie this back together. We're not gonna do this. So all the stuff that I didn't say it, aside from her getting with Logan one time, all that other stuff I was talking about, it points directly to T'Challa. Okay, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. As far as because that's a great question as well, Big Ruben. So Mr. Smith did it like this, right? Mr. Smith played it like this. and I can go with this as a nerd and as a comic book fan. Jean and Emma, not Jean, Emma and Aurora don't get along. Emma and Aurora do not get along. And as nerds, we know that. So just as easily as it is to write something we don't like, right? There can always be something written later that addresses what we didn't like and make it more acceptable. If you understand what I'm saying. So Ryder Maverick, good looking way to keep the Rock With Me Nation. And yes, that is actually on her page, but it can be easily researched if you want. It's just a question of whether or not you want to know. You go take a look at it. That is right there. I will be bringing it definitely to the Rock With Me Nation as well as to Black Panther fans. That's what that is. So good looking on that one, man. Good looking. So they cut the book once you steer. No, I'm riding with you. No, Ryder Maverick, you ain't got to convince me of nothing. That you didn't did that. I'm right there. I don't mind moving the story forward. I don't mind moving the story forward at all. So that's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna focus on steering the relationship forward. And I just want to thank you because one, I can tell my wife she gonna feel better about the situation now, and two, I can get back to having my Aurora and my T'Challa action figure like I wanted to, because I'm like, damn. I can go back to having my folks post. When we move into our new place, I can make sure I still got T'Challa and Aurora standing right there side by side. So good looking on that one. Good looking on that one. Grand Madam says she's still in the dark. T'Challa and Aurora good. But that's the end. That's the long end of it. That's the long short of it. We good with T'Challa and Aurora. Oh, let me see here. Yes, I haven't read Storm yet. I'm still reading Imperial. Not a bad read. My 2 cents. Marvel refuses to put 616 Pete and MJ back together permanently. Odds of 616 T'Challa and Aurora getting back together permanently are very slim. I hate both decisions. That's fair. But what we say, we got Wakanda at the house. and that's why we say that. So we can live it out like we want to. That way we're not beholden to the to Marvel, to the comic books. No, we got it at the house, and shout out to another sister that's in the Rock With Me Nation. I feel see that? See how they go? I'm a Black Panther fan. You see, I got me some Black Panther news. And you see how I looked at that glass as being half full? I'm supposed to be winning right now with that latest bit of information that she just gave me as a Black Panther fan. I'm supposed to be jumping up and down, doing splits and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about that. I'm elated. Thank you so much again, Ryder Maverick. Marwa, thank you. Because I believe if I can say it out loud, I can say it out loud. Thank you, big dog. Thank you. And everything I didn't say for the past 4 months, I'm gonna take it back. I take it back. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, Lord Jesus have mercy. You don't even know how that made me. Oh, Ryder, y'all done did my heart good. y'all done did my heart good. Oh, Lord Jesus have mercy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Marvel. Good, big dog. Big dog. Big dog. You ain't have to, but you did. You ain't have to. You did it anyway. Good looking, big dog. Good looking. Good looking. Good looking. I feel so good right now. Oh, I feel so good. Oh man, you man, come from brother to brother, man to man. You don't even something simple like that. You don't even know how you make us feel as Black Panther fans right now to have that artwork where Aurora is looking longingly in his eyes and everything like that. Oh man, Man. I gotta go tell my wife now. I feel bad. That said, we've been in here for a minute. We about to get on up out of here. 2 hours. That's long enough. This is a fandom. We're nerds. We okay with being wrong. We prefer to be accurate. And we don't know everything. Somebody could pull up and give us some information we didn't have access to that's going to shed a whole different light on the topic of conversation. That's what we get when we pull up over here. It's about us being accurate as Black Panther fans and keeping us in the know as Black Panther fans. And we all take that as a responsibility as Black Panther fans to keep one another in the know. That's what we got tonight with Ryder Maverick. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, that's not my page. That's the General Storm Panther Wiki. That's okay. You still led me in the right direction, though. You still led me in the right direction. You did. You got me there. I'm reading Intergalactic and Cyclops too. That's what's up, Culture Made channel. I was thinking of adding their kids, so if they make a T'Challa figure, I'm tossing the head and getting a bald black head sculpt for Zara. That's fair. That's fair. That said, I'm out. Let's remember to keep the main thing the main thing. And if we're Black Panther fans, I'm not going to say we got to agree on everything. We don't. We don't. But we should love these characters. We say they're our favorite characters. So we should love these characters. We should own these characters. And yeah, we should want the stories with these characters. If Toussaint is done right, then I don't expect to just see Toussaint on the big screen. If Toussaint is done right, then at some point in time, Toussaint should make his way over to the comic books. Toussaint should make his way over to the comic books as the son of T'Challa and whosoever else. If we're talking Storm, Aurora, so be it. If we're talking Monica Rambeau, so be it. If we're talking a reincarnated Nakia, so be it. If we're talking Anuke, so be it. That's the way it should be. We're not going to get that if Black Panther fans don't become united. Whether they read comic books or go to the movies or just watch cartoons or collect action figures, that's never going to happen unless we become united. And you're going to have to start saying what you need. I did this live tonight. It ain't that many young folks here. But you got so much to say on your social media. Well, if you are that passionate to where you can do a video calling folks out their name, speaking matter-of-factly, then you should be available for a discussion. You should be available to have a talking with one another. Notice I'm choosing my words carefully, not a debate. You should be open to what you don't know, just like I was open to what I didn't know tonight. Age be damned. And just like I said, I didn't know that, and it made me feel good to know that because I'm a Black Panther fan. Then if you don't know something in regards to Black Panther lore, it should make you feel good, not piss you off. Way too many of y'all acting pissed off because other folks know. It's not wrong. It's a benefit to have folks knowing when you don't. There's proof right there. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Listen, so I would ask this. Are we seeing this movie? What movie? Kugler 3? Is that dude still called T'Challa Jr.? Is Ryan Coogler still attached to this? Is this dude not named Azar? Like this something brand new? No, I'm a Black Panther fan. I ain't no Coogler fan like that. No. Supporting that movie would be me supporting everything they've done with my favorite character. See how that go? Me supporting this would be me telling them everything they've done is okay, and no, it's not. And I'm not finna lie like that. James Gunn got Superman and Supergirl. We even got the damn dog. Stay right there for a second. We even got the damn dog. Over here, no, I'm not selling for nothing less than what folks getting over here. We didn't got Wonder Woman. We didn't got Wonder Woman 2. We didn't got Superman. We didn't got Supergirl. We didn't got Peacemaker. We didn't got the Creature Commandos. We finna sit up here and get Clayface. Crypto showing up. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, and I'm not going with the nonsensical excuses for why I can't get that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Stop that. I'm cool off of it. Yeah. I'm not doing that. What to say, Kimoyo? Yeah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. If they want me to come back to Black Panther, I can't speak for nobody else. I'm not telling nobody else what to do. If they want me to come back to Black Panther, somebody got some tough decisions to make between now and 2028. And my terms are non-negotiable. I can't speak for nobody else, but my terms are non-negotiable. I don't think they're going to listen to what I've been saying, because if they'd have listened to what I've been saying, everybody and their mama would have been happy. We wouldn't have no division in the Black Panther fan base. But clearly, we got that. As I told my wife last night, said to my wife, I get paid to talk. I don't talk for free. YouTube ain't paying me what I want to, but I get paid to talk. I don't believe in talking if ain't nobody listening. I don't believe in that. My voice, my time is special. So I won't be talking about nothing Black Panther 3 related. My terms are non-negotiable. Kevin want me to sell Black Panther 3. Ryan want me to sell Black Panther 3. I got some terms. Kevin want me to come work for Disney. I'm coming for half the price of what you had Nate Moore for, half the price. But I got some conditions. They're non-negotiable. That's it. I'm out. In memory of the late great Don Cornelius, this has been a blast. It absolutely has. Thank you to all of those who showed up, showed out, gave inspiration, gave information. Ryder Maverick, thank you so much. I was totally oblivious to that. Now we can take that and share that with the rest of Black Panther Nation. Thank you for that once again. In regards to what you like and what you don't like, you like it, I love it. This ain't a video telling you not to and everything like that. This is a video trying to figure out how to get us together and sharing the information. But it takes folks wanting to come together to be together. If not, then we're going to keep getting what we get. It's up to y'all. This is the last Wednesday here. And get off this live. I'm going to finish packing up this room. It's got a lot of sentimental value to it. Our daughter was supposed to be staying here, second youngest. Wife gave permission to turn it into an office / studio. Action figures have been collected here. Videos have been done here. Skits have been done here. And it's all been for the growing of the awareness for these characters that we love. It's all been about and will continue to be about carrying the legacy of Chadwick Boseman forward and understanding that it's about all of us, not one of us, not a few of us, but all of us. We crossed over 1,000 in this office. We're close to 2,000 in this office. And it's all because of the Rock With Me Nation. I want to say thank you. So for the last time in this office, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman, I wish each and every last one of you whether we get along or not, whether we agree or not. Love, peace. And so we out.